All right. So the thing about the comet scientist shamed for his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
He cried because people were mean to him.
Yep.
One of the brilliant scientists behind mankind's first landing on a comet was actually in tears today, and not over this amazing story, this first in space history, this 10 years in the making, but over a shirt. You see this? Critics decried Matt Taylor's shirt, calling it sexist.
I hope that comet hits the Earth in retaliation. Just like, okay, well, if your species is this stupid that when you make a major scientific not discovery, I guess, but when you make a major scientific breakthrough, all anyone can talk about is what one of the guys was wearing. Let's just destroy the human race. Let's just all die because, it's time to hit the reset button. This is over. Humanity is done. And I love how all these feminists, they're always talking about, don't blame what she was wearing. Don't blame what she was wearing. Like, people looking at my breasts. Well, what were you wearing, a revealing shirt? And they're always like, oh, you can't criticize what we wear. We can dress how we want. But then, when some guy wears something they don't like, it's like, oh my God, how inappropriate, how discriminatory, how isolating.
Look at it to see what I think here. You see him wearing it here on the British program called Nature News.
You know what's really funny? The reason he was wearing that shirt is because it was designed by the wife of his tattoo artist, and he was basically wearing it to try to help her out and give her company a shout out.
So it was designed by a woman.
Oh yeah, it was designed by a woman, and he was wearing it to try to pimp her shirt. He was just trying to do a favor for a fucking friend, and it came back and bit him in the ass because the feminazi hordes were like, no! Sexism! It's sexist! Don't you see how sexist it is?
Right, and
it is an ugly fucking shirt.
Last week, we covered a story about forced sterilizations of women in India, but still they're focusing on a fucking shirt.
No, the shirt is the problem. The shirt is the problem.
Scantily clad women. Earlier this morning, he apologized and actually broke down.
The shirt I wore this week, I made a big mistake and I offended many people, and I'm very sorry about this.
You know what's funny? Is the internet feminist hordes bullied this man into tears, and and basically they're all applauding like, yeah, we did a good job, we're good people, pat ourselves on the fucking back.
Yeah, it seems like this is overshadowing his accomplishment.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I understand why he felt compelled to apologize, because he's probably not used to dealing with that sort of backlash or onslaught of just negativity of people basically acting like he did something seriously wrong. But this guy did not do anything fucking wrong. And even if he did, it didn't warrant that sort of response.
Yeah, the shirt wasn't even... I think I've seen worse shirts on people.
Yeah, it's not like the shirt had... if the shirt said, I like my women like I like my coffee, ground up and in the fridge, then I could maybe say, well, maybe the feminists have a point. But it has some women that are scantily clad. And the weird thing is that when women dress like that in public, the feminists are the first people to be like, that's their right. They can dress how they want. But if there's a woman depicted on a shirt, then that's somehow sexualizing women. So if a woman is dressed like that in public and people look at her, then they're sexualizing her. But if she's dressed like that on a shirt, then the feminists say that that is inherently sexual. So it's just totally, it doesn't even make any sense. There's no logical consistency to their position ever. Because, I'm not saying that all feminists are morons, but goddamn, the ones who complain about shit like this most definitely are morons.
I've just come over from the MCR. I was there with my colleagues here. We've been trying to shift and rearrange things as Holger we're trying to find the lander. And thanks to some good relationships here, we were able to shift priorities because we have certain priorities. Everything's on the rails.
Shifting priorities. The guy helped land a robot on a comet. I think he can find a new shirt. Made the comment during a comet update online from the European Space Agency. Let's move on.
Okay.
Even the journalist who's reporting is just like, bullshit. Let's move on.
Right.
This is nonsense.